You're never going to believe what just happened. We went live. We went live like a minute early. I was excited. Going live a minute early. And that's because I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong schedule. I went live and nobody was there because I hit the wrong thing. Anyways, I'm excited to talk about Inter Miami. We got the US Open Cup that I'm always excited to talk about. And DC United's coming up this week. But I'm not excited to talk about this by myself. We always talk with our friend, our pal, our buddy, Uncle Ed. Hey, how you doing, Ed?
Oh, Peter. We'll leave that as a blooper, though, so people could see our little pre-show before the show.
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny. But yeah, man, we're excited to be here. That's how excited Peter was to start talking. That he started early and he pressed the wrong button, and But we're happy to be here. Unhappy that we lost, but there's so much to talk about. U.S. Open Cup, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody start getting your comments in. I don't know if there was any comments already because, like I said, I screwed it up. And so now I just was looking while you were talking. I was looking. There was a live play with one view. One person caught it, and it's probably like 10 seconds long or of me saying, "Hey, welcome to the show. We're early up." Forget it. Let's get out. So in the bottom of my thing, there's like a little drop down, and it shows the scheduled show, or you could just go live. And so I didn't click the scheduled show; I just went live. So, anyways, and it looks like we've already got somebody from Charlotte in, and he thought this weekend was an amazing game. But we're gonna get to everybody. But I just the first comment that I saw, Wesley Riley, who I know is from Charlotte from being on the Charlotte show. And the one thing I could say before we get too far and let everybody get a chance to say hi in the chat room is that at least it wasn't as bad as what those Charlotte fans, while I was on their channel, were thinking 3-0, 3-1. They all kept coming up with this 3-goal thing. All right,
yeah.
So it was only one, and it was a pretty
kids,
goal.
I tell you.
It was a nice goal they scored though. So, anyways. Like as always, say your hellos. We'll throw it up on the screen, all that kind of good stuff. But before we get too far into all this, let's say a big thank you to our sponsor, Caneswear. Everybody needs to go to Caneswear. It's located in Davie, just south of 595 on University Drive. It's where you're going to find all your best Inter Miami gear at the best prices. Plus, if you want Hurricanes, anything Hurricanes, it's the rest of the store is Hurricanes. Plus, actually, they got a bunch of Florida Panthers stuff. Panthers are doing well, so there's lots to find at Caneswear. So go to Caneswear, tell them you saw it on Futbol Miami TV. They'll give you a little discount and show some love.
Yeah, Peter, let's talk about love. Let's show some love to some of the people that are in the chat room already. Right. We've got Chris Arjun was actually the first one on.
All right.
I don't know if you saw that.
Chris. No.
Well, Jose Velasquez was also on there. Doofster. I know you don't see these guys right now.
No, I don't see it until we went live.
We got Bruno on here. Bruni 2589. One World, One Goal is also on there. Your favorite criticizer, Esteban Dido. He's on there as well. Esteban Dido.
Okay.
That one fella from Charlotte who's incredibly happy because his team won. They didn't win by that much though.
No, they did not.
Were saying. Wesley Riley's on here as well.
Yeah, he's saying I did a good job on the CLTFC Fan TV. That is a mouthful, man. CLTFC Fan TV. That's a mouthful to say.
Yeah, hey, maybe they can make it shorter. Yeah,
I mean, they got a good thing. They're not going to change it up now. They got a good thing going there, so they're a bunch of good guys having fun, doing a show very similar to ours. Just a couple soccer fans having a good time.
That's how it is. That's how it works out. We got B King also, Peter Brown, and we got oh man, there's so many uncles nowadays. We got Tio Luis. Wow.
But we know who the original was, right?
Right, yeah, man. But there's so many like on Southern I'm sorry, on all social media, there's Uncle, what was it? There's Uncle Ted, there's Uncle Fred, there's Uncle Ned. Now we got Tio Luis, which means uncle in Spanish. So man, everybody there's Uncle Beckham also
Right.
on one of the social media things, and I gotta say, I inspire people.
You're an inspiration to all.
Mm-hmm. A lot of uncles out there. So I guess we're gonna let's do this for our good buddy Wesley, who probably wants to talk about the victory of Charlotte over Inter Miami. How'd you see the game, Peter?
Well, first off, I was freaking out a little bit before the game trying to find it because those Unimas games, I don't have cable, because I am a cord cutter like so many people these days. And but I do know the thing I like is I know they broadcast it on Twitter, and I was chatting you and everything, just like freaking out, like, where is it? Where is it? It's not there. It's not there. And of course, it did eventually pop up, and it actually worked well. I could share it from my phone onto the TV and stuff like that. So it was actually kind of cool. But
yeah, because I think they said the start was going to be at 3:30, and then it turned out being at 4. So
I'm assuming
calm you down.
I'm assuming it's a 30-minute pregame.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, I was like, calm down, Peter. It's not on yet. Give them a few. They'll put that link up. And sure enough, the link was up.
Yeah.
And you were able to see it.
I was able to see it. First off, impressive crowd. That's the one thing while I was on the Charlotte show, that's one thing you could take it as a jab, but it's not. It's just, it's impressive. When I say something like, who knew there were so many soccer fans in Charlotte? And you could say, oh, you don't know anything about Charlotte, which is true. And but as I'm watching the broadcast, even the broadcasters, now, the ones that broadcast on Unimas in English are terrible. But even those broadcasters...
Everybody was saying that.
Yeah, they're horrible. Even those broadcasters, though, were saying, who knew, right? Who knew Charlotte was a soccer hotbed or anything like that? But maybe there's nothing else to do. I don't know. But they have a very impressive crowd, and I would, hats off to them for that. I mean, that's... When you bring in somebody like Miami, you would hope to have really good crowds, right? Because we know there are soccer fans here. There's a ton of fans. Now, they're also very, very picky, and sometimes they're snobby and all that kinds of stuff. But they're here, and we know that. But who knew that there was such a great following in Charlotte? So, yeah.
That's awesome. And I kind of agree with you. I don't know very much about Charlotte. I think I stopped there on a layover once.
Yeah.
But other than that, you'd figure, you don't hear much about Charlotte, so
right.
You figure there's nothing to do there.
Right.
So,
charming southern city type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. But they let us have it though.
They did. They, in my opinion, I felt like they controlled the game. I watched the press conference with Phil, and Phil felt differently. He felt like they were the more dangerous team. I'm like, I don't think he and I watched the same game because Charlotte was the more dangerous club from the beginning. I thought. I mean, we had our moments, and right. I'll be honest, Ed, I was scared when Drake Callender was listed as the player. Where's Diop? I expected I knew that Marsman has some sort of an injury. I was expecting to see Diop play. Instead, they brought in Callender. I was not excited. I don't think he's a great player, but he's starting to maybe turn that corner because he looked good in the Miami FC game, and then he did get a start, I think, right after that. And now he made some really good saves in that game.
He definitely saved us, man, a lot. He did a lot of saves. One of the reasons why we stayed in there was because they were shooting directly at him. It's like, these guys, they didn't want to score, I guess. If they would have had maybe, if Campana would have been on their side, they would have scored like 5 goals, man. Talk about Campana, though, man. We need a number 10, Peter Brown, because he had to track back. He was doing the Higuain thing where, nobody's getting in the ball, so he had to go back. Mm-hmm. He was defending, something Higuain doesn't do.
Right.
So he was, in the back doing. He was running all over the place, and and that's where we see we need that number 10, somebody that's going to feed him the ball because he needs to be up there scoring. He had a couple of shots. he actually was did a couple passes to the other players. Of course, they can't score for the life of them. But we need him to be up front because we know he can score. But there's nobody that's going to feed him the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have two defensive midfielders. I felt like Mata and Gregory were kind of quiet, as far as in any kind of offensive way. The way I look at it, and I don't really know, but it seems like Gregory's a little more defensive. Mata's a little more attacking. I mean, at least he likes to take shots from 20 yards out. We know that. But but I thought it was kind of quiet. You know who we missed, I felt, was Taylor, because Tayller is not a number 10 per se, but he can feed the ball. Chances. He's the best we've got, I guess, in any kind of attacking midfielder. But I agree. We need someone that can settle the game, distribute the ball. Ed, maybe we should just get to this. Maybe we need this guy.
That dude. All right. Well, there was a lot of conversations. He's got the hair for the team and everything. He's been. I don't know if he's still in South Florida, but he was down here. Coincidence that he colored his hair.
Is it coincidence? Color. Coincidence? Is it?
No. I mean, he plays. He's the guy he's a number 10,
right?
And that's the type of player that we need. He's 30 years old. I think he would tear it up in Major League Soccer.
He's still young. He's not. He would, because that's one of the things that we've complained about is the players, they tend to go after all these old guys, and we think, oh, they learned their lesson, because they brought in a lot of youth, and then you hear the rumors of them going after other old guys, right? And he's still got years in him, so this is a great time to bring him in, but. He has been known to be a trouble in the locker room. I know I was reading some stuff on him and saying that he's had trouble everywhere he went as far as staying fit, falling out of favor with coaches. So I don't know if we need that kind of drama in our locker room. Could it be another Higuain type? Possibly. I don't know. But, he's a star, and he's still probably got something to prove because, it hasn't gone well for him lately.
Right, and he's playing in Qatar right now. He's probably making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if Inter Miami wants to make that investment, but I think it's good because like I said, he's 30 years old. He still could play a good 5-6 years. Somebody that, people could identify with him as an Inter Miami player if he wants to stay here. It might be the right fit. I don't know if people are saying anything on the chat, but I'd be for it because I think, he's going to sell jerseys, Peter. He's going to get butts in the stadium.
Right.
Tons of Colombians in Miami. Tons of people are going to want that jersey. I think he'll eventually pay for himself with all the jerseys and stuff that he'll, all the merchandising.
Is he a big enough name to move shirts like that?
I think he would, at least in
the Colombian community. We've got a huge Colombian community down here. Right. You know that just by any time whenever there's World Cup games. I mean, I see just going to like the Sawgrass Mills Mall, right? Sawgrass Mills Mall in Broward is, I think, in Dolphin Mall probably has a similar feel to it. Is a good barometer of soccer shirts. It seems like a lot of people like to wear their soccer shirts going shopping. And you'll see a lot of Colombian shirts, especially around World Cup time. You see a lot of these yellow jerseys everywhere. So definitely the Colombians would buy them.
But, there's some questions already. I saw a lot of criticisms in social media about his attitude, about how he, they think he could play well one day and then the next day he's totally off. That's been his career, man. He's had ups and downs, but I guess he was good enough to go around Madrid, man, and he made a difference for like a season. I think you had read up on that. You were telling me.
Yep.
So
Esteban Dido says, "Oh hell no! Inter Miami does not need prima donnas in our football club."
Oh, there you go.
Kata asks the question, Ed. You want to sell jerseys or you want to win?
I want to win, but this is a business.
Well, he thinks he's done. I don't want him. He's done.
At 30 years old, you think he's done?
Chris Arjun. James can't play for the next 5 to 6 years. We are all waiting for the previous 5 to 6 years for him to start.
So Chris is saying that he had a couple good years in the beginning, and now he's dead in the water.
Yep. Kata is saying, again, I'm Colombian and I pass. Easy pass.
I'll take it from him. I mean, if Colombians start saying don't get him, maybe they know something that we don't.
Yeah. Bruni 2589 says, I'll take him in a heartbeat. Esteban is a little concerned that please do not fill Inter Miami Football Club based on nationality to appease them. We need footballers who play well and score goals, and even non-football fans will come. Now, look, Esteban, I don't think Ed and I are saying bring him in just because he'll sell jerseys. I think it's just it's a byproduct that he might sell jerseys as well. So I don't think either one of us are saying bring him in because he's Colombian and he will sell jerseys.
No.
The point is that he might be able to solve some of our needs, and he might sell enough jerseys to kind of pay for the contract. That's, I think, what Ed was really going with that.
That's where I was going. But, it all depends on, do we have a DP spot? Earlier we were talking on WhatsApp about, will we have a DP spot available? And I think when was it that they'll be able to trade or make
July 7th? I think it is July 7th is the opening of the transfer window. The funny thing is they never officially said Blaise Matuidi is no longer with the club, right? They've never really addressed it. We just know he's a brand ambassador because he said it, right? Because he showed up at some events and said that he was. So they haven't ever, so that's the spot that's open because they're not going to get rid of Higuain early unless he chooses to retire early. He's going to, coast through the rest of the season. But so the only space would be Matuidi's, and clearly it's available. But I don't know how
it works out.
How if he's off the books, how it quite
and
works
what about Pizarro?
Stuff.
Pizarro still has how long was his contract? Do you remember?
Well, it's a loan, right? So we still own him.
Yeah.
So I think his contract. I think if I'm not wrong, it ends in 2020. That might be end of this season. I'm not sure. End of this season or end of next. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think because he came in the first year. Yeah, so he probably had a 3-year contract or something. So, we need those spaces, man. And Pizarro's not doing that good in Mexico either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been coming off the bench. I think he's hurt right now. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anything for the guy. If anything, a reduced fee. I'm not sure if anybody's gonna want to take him at this point. But
Bruno says, "I wish Pizarro would come back. I think his contract is until next year." Okay, yeah, I knew it was this year or next year. I couldn't remember exactly. But I'm getting pressure. For One World, One Goal to play her voicemail, Ed. She wants to jump into this conversation.
All right, let's do it then.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello?
Hey, Peter, Uncle Ed, Ricky Ricardo, and all the great fans. I'm not sure if my message came out because my phone was dying, so I just bought a whole new cord thing for where the cigarette lighter thing goes, because I don't smoke. But I do drink occasionally, and I would love to have a drink with Ed and Peter. So, actually, there's a little bit of a buzzkill. What can we say? We're coming down from our high of getting the stadium vote, and I just bought a new car and back to a Nissan. So I can come have a beer with you guys. Maybe we'll do it for my birthday in June. Or in the fall, for sure. We got to do like a, fusion reunion, but maybe they want to wait till next year because people like Pablo Mastroeni, he's busy all season. So we got to do a whole preseason thing for the legends at Lockhart. We still call it Lockhart. They call it Drv Pnk. Anywho, we all got to be patient. I know they're trying to get the James, another hot shot Colombian. But, we've had our rumors for so many people that at this point, when they actually find somebody, we'll see. He did dye his hair pink though. But anyway, they got the whole F1 going on. So Beckham is hobnobbing with LeBron James and Tom Brady and Dwayne Wade and all these other people. So at least they're, doing some cross promotion, which I saw they had like one of the drivers over at Drv Pnk and, so at least we're doing a little bit of marketing. And, I didn't mention Diego's turning 17. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But anyway, he's excited. We got the stadium and look forward to one of these days we'll all get to a game and, like I said, do like a tribute night. Okay, love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
All right. Little all over there, Ed.
Yeah, she was. She hasn't. I haven't seen her at any of the games yet, so she needs to get out there.
Yeah, she's got that new car. Let's go.
Yeah, you could do it. Just show up, man. So tell me, Peter, what do you think we need to do? Going a little bit back because we were talking about Pizarro. I think it was Bruno that was saying that he'd like Pizarro back, and I was thinking about that. He's not a 10 though.
No. We brought him in to be a 10, and he clearly was not.
Right.
He is not going to solve any of our problems, right? And so while I thought he at times Pizarro I thought was really good, and like he played like he really cared, right? And he wanted to. Although I got the feeling because they kept talking about, in the locker room last year there was players that were only playing for themselves, they weren't playing for the team. There was a lot of complainers, and for whatever reason, when Neville's talking, I got a feeling he might be referencing Pizarro to some extent.
Right.
Like he wasn't the team player and he kind of was just playing for himself and he was upset and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know that for a fact, but that because Neville really didn't throw anybody under the bus, but that's kind of I thought. So I don't necessarily think that's a good idea to bring that back into the locker room. But and at the end of the day, while I think he's a good player and he can help, but he's not the answer. Right now, not right now. We still would say we need a number 10. You could put him on the wing and play where Robbie is playing or something like that, and might be great. But we still need a number 10.
And talk about players. Julian Carranza, who's playing with Philadelphia right now. Did we sell him? What was the deal with there? But he's doing really well over there.
I'm trying to remember if Carranza was a loan as well or
how it works out because he's doing well. But, and I saw some people on Twitter saying, oh, man, we need this guy back. But we go back to the same thing. We got nobody's going to feed him the ball like when he was here earlier. I forget how many games that he played, but I think he only scored like 3 or 4 goals.
It wasn't
enough.
He's on loan.
So there's a possibility he can come back.
Yeah, but when you see him doing well, and this is what I wrote to you, is that it just tells you right there that's coaching and scheme, right? So our system and or our coaching didn't work for him because clearly we thought sometimes we're looking at these the fact our woes, we're looking at our woes and we're going these players suck, we need new players, and sometimes that's true, but this is a case where it's shown that Tim Curtin is a better coach, at least for Carranza, than Phil Neville.
Well, also looking at the formation that the Philadelphia Union has, they don't have a playmaker, so it's similar kind of interesting. Yeah, they're kind of similar to us. We just there's just something that we're missing. Sometimes you don't need a playmaker if you got creative people on the sides or and the defensive midfielders could do a decent job, distributing the ball. But, it's just I have to agree with you. There's the scheme's not working for us, and I don't know what we can do. Mota and Gregory are definitely not the answer. I think they were brought in so they could be the connection between the defense and the offense, but we're still missing that person in the middle. Or I don't know. We need to do something with the guys on the sides too.
But if we get
Robinson,
if we get a number 10, Mata and Gregory aren't both playing, right? Because you still need your wings. So we're I guess sitting Mata, right? Because I think Gregory Ferrone is your captain, or are you gonna put Mata on the wing, or
unless you hold them both back, we play with a fake 5.
we'll put 5 in their middle.
No, I'm just saying no. We play with 3 in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Have those 2 guys there, and then
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
I don't think we're that good with 3 in the back.
Yeah, we've tried.
I'd be afraid they start scoring on us.
They've tried the 3 in the back. Phil Neville liked that system for a little while, where it was 3/5. It could, and because that 3 transitions to a 5 real quick when they need to. So,
but we need that solid central defender to do something like that, and I don't think we've got that right now. Well, talk about defense. Ryan Saylor, I think, did really well.
I think, he showed well for himself. I think, it was interesting because, these draft picks, a lot of people think the draft is a waste of time. And then we signed him and everything. He got hurt. We never really got a chance to see him. He looks solid. Another solid pick, it seems like. Granted, 1 game, but nice debut. The goal wasn't his fault.
Right.
They just transitioned too slowly. And heck, that was a nice goal. From a player that was our new player, Shira Shakashiki or something like weird name.
Right.
And I mean, the way he kind of just pulled that down and took a shot. And I was actually telling the Charlotte fans that I think they may have overpaid for him. Maybe not. Because they paid like $250,000 in GAM with an additional like $175,000 incentives. I thought maybe that's because he hasn't really delivered yet.
Right. Well, he delivered.
But delivered against us. But yeah, back to Ryan Saylor. I thought he was solid. I thought he was real good.
Yeah. It was that was a good surprise because he came in. He was hurt for a very long time, and I just I was like, well, what's Neville doing? Why is he experimenting with these players? And it's Lowe, was it Lowe who's was suspended? Mabika was hurt, so we didn't get to see those guys, but God, there was something else that it was brought up. Oh, the F1. I don't know if you saw that picture of Beckham with Hamilton. Who else was in that picture? I don't know if Michael Jordan was in there, and Brady was in there too.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't
talk
see
about
that.
the GOATs, man. That was one hell of a picture.
The one I saw was, I think it was a little video you sent, was Beckham playing a little soccer tennis or something with somebody. With a driver, I guess. Is that a driver he was playing with?
Yeah. He was one of the drivers. I don't remember if he was Ferrari or what. But the thing is, a lot of Inter Miami players were there. Beckham was, and that picture was pretty impressive because all these guys have won tons of stuff. And I saw somebody put a picture of, it's great to see all the GOATs, and the least successful one was being David Beckham. And I was like, wait a second, I think he's won more championships than all these guys together.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Maybe not together. But
yeah, I don't know about that. But you can't call him least successful. Come on. I mean, he's had a hell of a career. Maybe as a owner, he's not very successful. But
well, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, dude, you're nuts. And I haven't looked it up, but I'm sure he's won in so many different countries. The championship, French, Spanish, English. Am I forgetting somebody? But he's also won the champions. There's nothing in football or any of the other sports where they could win those championships or whatever.
So, Ed, I want to derail the show for a second because I was scrolling through comments, and I'm not sure exactly. I think this goes back to our James conversation where people were talking about. I think it's One World, One Goal's fault that first said, that we could pick up James with some arepas and he'll be happy. And then Esteban says that's not even arepas unless it's a Russian arepa. And then Bruni starts talking about sweet arepas with cheese and choripan.
We're getting hungry here.
I mean, yeah, I think we need to start talking arepas. It sounds like. I mean, this and then Esteban is saying that Venezuelan arepas are the original and best. Anything else is just copycats, more like other uncles out there, right, Ed?
Well, I have to support him on that, but I don't know if our arepas Venezuelan.
I think of Colombia. when I think of arepas, especially, man, they're everywhere in Colombia. I mean, they're served with every breakfast, different kinds, but
it's like with Ecuador, they always say like, oh, because Ecuador's got ceviche, like the Peruvians. I think the Peruvians actually invented it, but the Ecuadorian one's pretty good. Basically Ecuador copies everything, man. So it's like, we have nothing original. I think they even do arepas in Ecuador.
and I haven't seen any arepas at Drv Pnk for a while. There was a little while I saw like a arepas truck or something like that, but there is not a proper representation, because for me, arepas really are tied to Lockhart. So many times you go to like the Miami Fusion games, and there was those local vendors sitting inside the stadium grilling up some nice arepas. To me, arepas were not a nationality thing. Arepas equaled soccer for me, because that's how they were introduced to me. Now, like I said, I go to Colombia and I've gotten different variations of them on all that kind of stuff. But when I think of an arepa, I think football, and I think Miami Fusion, and then the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, and now in that same location, we need a proper representation of arepas in Drv Pnk Stadium, and I think they are dropping the ball right now.
They are, and you know what? Next game, Peter, we got to start reviewing that food over there, because you're making me hungry. So next game, we're going to start doing that.
Yeah, and that's you could take me off topic in the chat easily if you start talking food.
Yeah,
start talking food, and you're gonna derail me easily. And then One World is saying, "Oops, Ricky's arepas are so good. Remember Ed at the Fusion game?"
There was this place, this Ricky's arepas, dude. But there's we're gonna start reviewing the food, because we're gonna have the stadium in Miami pretty soon. So I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna make some deal with La Carreta or Versalles or one of those, so we can get the cafecitos going. They need to have like that, that window that they have in Miami where you just walk up and get your cafecito, get a little bit of water if it's too,
They need a window. They need
whatever.
an old-fashioned window in the stadium.
They need to do the
100%.
window thing, man. Yeah, at the new stadium, they got to do that. Jorge, Moss Brothers, if you guys are listening, make that happen, man. It's got to be totally Miami. And we need to do something, like they've got one of the stadiums, they have got the gong when they score the goal, and they've got all these different things. They cut, and the Timbers do the log thing. We need to come up with something like that too, man. Miami's got so much stuff. Right. I'm thinking, Peter, we do the shot of cafecito for the players. They come up and they go to the ventanita and they get their
But what is the team going to do? Start passing out shots of arepas, shots of cafecito, like as if you're going to church and it's communion?
Something like, I know. I'm just saying, man. They
pass the tray around. Take one. Pass the tray. It's like you're in church, man.
or they just run up to the what's it called, to the ventanita. They'll have one right on the stadium, right off of the field, and the guy runs up to it and gets his cafecito there. Everybody just starts taking a shot.
Right.
That'll pump them up. That'll get the blood going.
Yeah. Doofster says arepas from anywhere will be better than them dry, but sorry, choripans at Drv Pnk. Now, I was introduced. This is another food to me equals football, because I was introduced to choripan by Southern Legion. So you want to get some good choripan? It's Southern Legion. Go to their tailgates. They got some good tailgate. They got some good choripan there. Doofster.
They sure do, and it's usually free. But now that we're advertising, people are going to start going, and they're going to have to, start pitching in or something.
Okay, so I know we have representatives from different supporters clubs that listen to this. So I know that there's some guys that are I don't know how many, if any, Vice City watch or anything. I'm sure there's at least one. But I know there's some Siege members, and of course Southern Legion watches this. As we're talking about food, and you were talking about doing food review, which is something we've talked about forever to do on this channel, and we're going to do it. But what if you and I stop by every tailgate and do a taste test from the food that they serve at each tailgate
Vice City, I think, also does choripans, and they're Argentinians, so theirs is going to be different than the ones
That's
that Southern
fine.
Legion are doing.
That's fine. And then we come up with a winner.
Okay.
It has to, but the problem is we'd have to take our Southern Legion hats off because you're naturally want to vote for our guys, right? But no, it'd have to be an honest evaluation.
Tasting, yeah, an honest tasting,
right? And we walk to everyone now. Of if they'll have us, because they have to want to have us.
They think we're righteous dudes.
And that would be a fun video. Is us giving and it would also inform people that want to join a supporters club. The reason you choose a supporters club is different for everybody. Mm-hmm. And we could help those people that are thinking they need to be swayed one way or the other, and their belly may be the answer to which supporters club they choose.
A good tailgate, good food, that's going to, I think, determine a lot of things. Now,
I know that those Charlotte guys, I saw it in here. I think Wesley had mentioned that some of the Inter Miami fans showed up to the Charlotte tailgate because they had promised if any Inter Miami fans show up, they'll get a free beer, and apparently that did happen. So they were nice hosts in their city. So that's always a fun thing. But
yeah, I know. I saw a lot of pictures of that. A lot of people exchanging scarves. I think that's wonderful. That's what I like about our supporters groups. We've been very welcoming of all the other fans. There hasn't been, I other than with maybe Orlando, when we go to Orlando, there's never been any real issue with the supporters. So hopefully the same way, we always talk to people from Orlando when we have games with them. We got to, have them all calm down and, let the players do all the fighting in the pitch and none of the hostilities outside, and foods, let's do some nice competition, invite them over to our tailgates and, try to outdo them with the food.
All right, Ed, I think this is on you to reach out to each of the supporters clubs and let's set this up. Maybe we maybe this weekend, we can go and walk to all three. We get to the game a little early and we can do that.
We can try, man. For sure.
Right.
We're going to have to get there early. What time's the game start?
This weekend's game? I don't know. 8, 7:30, 8, something like that. But anyways. All right. One more voicemail and then the whole image of the show was to talk about Tuesday night's game, right? Let's move on to something positive. So we need to get to that. But let's I don't know what this voicemail is about. The other one I had already pre-listened to. But this one I'm not sure what it's about. It's time for your voicemail.
Hello?
Florida war held today between Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist.
Oh,
How would
okay.
you vote?
How about
Press
that?
1 for Ron DeSantis.
I get junk
Republican.
mail, guys.
Press 2 for Charlie Crist, Democrat.
Wow. You gotta press for Charlie Crist and DeSantis. Oh my goodness.
We don't
want to get political, guys.
We really don't talk
soccer.
politics on here, but apparently this is a Charlie Crist Democrat thing.
Well, Charlie Crist wasn't he a Republican before?
He was our Republican governor, and then he decided to jump ship on the Republicans, and I thought he became Democrat, and then he eventually left Democrats and became like independent. Or became independent, then went Democrat, something like he bounced around. He can't make up his mind.
Wow.
Esteban says, Ron DeSantis is an Inter Miami football fan? Who knew? All right. So let's.
As long as they like soccer, I'm okay with that. Peter and I on the political spectrum, we're opposite, but what unites us is soccer.
Yeah, exactly. So. Well, it's funny is yes. I mean to go back to that for a second is yes. I'm a registered Republican, but I'm not even happy with the Republicans lately. So it's not what
I'm not happy with the Democrats either. So
here's the thing, and I don't want to get on some big thing, but E Pluribus wants Big Ron 2022. whatever that is. Oh, Ron DeSantis.
Okay. I guess like big Ron.
I was like, I didn't get
talking
it.
about.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I the funny thing about politics is right now, the way the world is, it's just extremes, extreme right or extreme left. And I think most of us tend to be more the middle, right? So you may be right middle or left middle, but you tend to I think Americans tend to be in the middle.
Most people
but
are in the middle.
Our stupid politicians are all to one extreme or to the other. Can we just, okay, next. All right.
Yeah, let's go. Back to soccer. No more politics.
I like what Bruno says. DeSantis needs to dye his hair pink too.
There you go. I mean,
right.
I'll get his. I'll vote for him if he pink. If he wears pink in the Inter Miami jersey.
Yeah. I think if he could help get the Miami Freedom Park Stadium done, then
quicker,
yeah, then maybe. All right. So Tuesday night, Ed, we're playing against this bird. Look at that. Look at their mascot. I decided not to put up a picture of the players because their mascot. Look at that guy.
Is he a dodo?
I had to look it up because Tuesday night is going to the birds. That's all I can tell you because we've got the herons versus I think he's an ibis if I remember correctly. I actually when I Googled their mascot, it came up the company that actually made the mascot. And so look, this is a team that embraces pink. See that they are also embracing the pink as well, blue and pink. Going. But kind of like that Forward Madison team, they're a flamingo type thing, which most people felt like we should be. But
all right, Peter, we're doing terrible in Major League Soccer. Should we concentrate on going U.S. Open Cup?
So I would say every team should concentrate on U.S. Open Cup. I love the tournament. I've always loved the tournament. I love the concept that, look, if you and I, Ed, had a little pub team, we potentially could win this. Now, it doesn't happen, but potentially you could win this. And I love that concept. I love the Open Cup concepts. So, if forever, you know, until the final or the semifinals, the stadiums are empty. Nobody cares. Now, of course, they play them on a Tuesday night. It's hard to fill a stadium. Right. But Inter Miami's doing their best to fill a stadium by charging only $5 for season ticket holders.
$5.
And $10 for non-season ticket holders. Free parking. So you do need to get there. I mean, everybody needs to get there. I got 2 tickets. I will be there. And I think, we definitely need... Look, we're at that time where the MLS season's kind of getting away from us. So let's focus on this bird right here holding a hurricane sign. Why is he holding a hurricane?
Let's bring that dodo down.
Why is he holding a hurricane? Isn't that a hurricane flag?
It looks like it, yeah. One of those, danger things or whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah. Well, tormenta. Tormenta means, what's it called?
Hurricane.
You know, when there's a hurricane or a storm is what actual translation. So
E Pluribus says Harry the Heron. Let's put this down so it's not over your face.
Is that his name?
No, he's not a heron, but that's a good name for us. Why doesn't Inter Miami have a mascot? Is it because question. We're trying to be a serious football club, and a serious football club doesn't have a mascot? Kids like mascots. Ask. Well, we know the Hotshot, the Fort Lauderdale Striker mascot. We know him. We know the guy inside the mascot, and you can, kids love the mascot. And why don't we have one? I mean, come on. We could have Harry the Heron.
That would be a nice name. Yeah.
And then we could put both these birds out on the field and let them duke it out. Pre-game. That's pre-game.
Yeah.
Or halftime show. That's your halftime show. Put the 2 birds in the center ring, put on some boxing gloves, and let them at it.
And let them go at it. So, Peter.
Yes,
all right.
sir.
I think we both agree that it's important for Inter Miami to come out, guns blazing. Let's put our main team out there and let's win this thing. Because I think, it's going to be more difficult in Major League Soccer for them to even make the playoffs.
Yes.
So the best way to get into, bigger tournaments is through this. They win this. I think they get a berth in the CONCACAF Champions, or how's that work out?
Yeah, there is. The winner of this does get a berth in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Yes. And if you look at here is the round of 32. So we're entering into the round of 32. We have one of the easiest. Us and Charlotte are the only two MLS teams not playing another MLS team. So every other MLS team is got a tougher game.
Right.
Charlotte's playing the Richmond Kickers, which is also League One. How about this? No USL Championship team is playing an MLS team. I think Louisville City and Detroit City, I think, are both USL Championship teams, but they're playing each other.
Yeah.
So that does mean a championship club will advance, right? One of them will. But us and Charlotte are the two clubs that have the easiest path to the round of 16.
Right.
So this is
New York City also against Rochester, New York. You saw that? Are those the former Rhinos?
Oh yeah, you're right. Right, Rochester, New York. I missed that one. Yeah, you're right. That is actually an MLS Next Pro club. They're the only MLS Next club that is not MLS affiliated. You know, the MLS Next Pro wants to include other clubs like League One teams, for example. And the former Rochester Raging Rhinos, new ownership, and they just rebranded it Rochester, New York. So we have to win this game. There is a chat here I saw from somebody here. Esteban says, one thing is for sure, if Inter Miami loses to Tormenta FC, then a new storm will brew out or refresh to fire Neville.
Yeah, that's
so agreed. If we lose to a League One club, the Fire Nevils are going to be the boos are going to be coming at the end of that game, guaranteed. If we lose that game, hopefully it is a big crowd. I know it's a Tuesday night, which means it's tough for you to go to the game, but hopefully there's a good representation of fans in the stadium. Can't beat those ticket prices. If anybody ever said an Inter Miami game is too expensive, this is your game. This is the one to go to.
Go, guys. We need to support so the team can come out blazing. They need to win that game. If they don't, I agree with you. They're going to be asking for Neville's head.
Yeah, and Tormenta is a young team. They've only beat, if I remember correctly, reading before this, they've only beat one MLS club before in a preseason tournament. So they've never actually played an MLS club in competitive play in a meaningful game. They've played them in preseason matches, but and that's it. And they've got, hey, look at this. They got a cute little stadium. I think this stadium is still not open. Like this is going to be their new stadium or something.
Oh, nice.
That's a cute little stadium there. Perfect for a League One club.
Yeah, is that actually what it's going to say? Work in progress in there?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, right above the fans, it's going to say work in progress, 100%.
All right.
CLT
and general public on the other side.
Yes, CLT FC Fan TV is here. Hello, fellas. Wanted to stop by and laugh at us. I thought he was going to say stop by and say hello, but he wanted to stop by and laugh at us.
And laugh at Peter Brown. But you guys didn't beat us by more than 3, like you guys were saying. So
yeah, and if you guys haven't watched that episode that I was on last Wednesday, go back and watch it. Go follow their channel and give them some support. I think I held my own. They had me in the whole show, which I'll be honest, there was parts of it where I was just kind of sitting there, like listening to them talk and going and trying to find a way to kind of get in a little bit. And because they were talking, they got some big news they wanted to talk about, but it was fun. Those, the 3 guys against 1. I think I held my own a little bit.
You held your own, Peter Brown. You did really well. I was able to watch a little bit at work, and I put a couple comments here and there, when I was able to watch. But
went into the Lions' den. Yeah. It's such an easy 3 points. It wasn't that easy. All right, it wasn't that easy.
Yeah,
it wasn't that easy. But hey, look, all the laughing at us they want to do, they can.
But it's all good. It's all good.
Wesley says, Haley, seems like when we lose, we should be talking food. I know more about arepas than I ever thought possible. Is that a dig at us saying that we talk food? Look, Charlotte, guys, we go off topic a lot, and food is one of those things. Food and Star Wars are the 2 things that take us off topic.
Yeah, the Marvel universe and DC universe, anything comics. So
but we touch on that, but not as deep as we'll go so deep on Star Wars where we'll piss off some of our own listeners.
Yeah, and they'll be like, "Get back to soccer." Yeah, that's how it is.
So fun being a part of their show, and good luck to look when it comes to U.S. Open Cup. I'm cheering for every MLS club. So even though Charlotte beat us, I hope they beat Richmond Kickers, and good luck for them against Richmond Kickers.
Yeah, they should win that game, but we'll see how it goes. And I have a prediction, Peter Brown.
Okay.
For the Tormenta game, I think Higuain's coming on as a starter.
You think? You think he's healthy enough?
I have a feeling, that's going to happen. I really think they shouldn't. They should put a Campana in there and maybe have him come in the second half. But maybe they want to rest Campana. I don't know. I hope that Inter Miami and Coach Neville says, all right, let's play with everything. Let's destroy these guys. That's what we need.
I think it's going to be a mix. I think it's going to be a mix. I think we'll see something like we saw with Miami FC. I think you might see people like Emerson Rodriguez in there. I think you're going to start Drake Callender. I think especially, why I think they're starting Drake Callender? Because they already put out the schedule for the week. And on Monday, Callender is gonna be the one speaking to the press. They always have a player or two. So it's gonna be the coach, and then they're gonna go to Drake Callender. So Drake is clearly playing. So you got Drake. Right. I think you probably see Ryan Saylor as well.
Okay, yeah.
So our youth,
I thought he did well.
You did well enough. I got a feeling you might see Emerson Rodriguez in there, but I think you'll see a mix. I think you'll still see someone like, is it Gregory that can? Lowe cannot play. Lowe cannot play. He's suspended for the U.S. Open Cup. I was trying to think who, and I think so. Gregory should be able to play. I think. Trying to think back
of who was hurt.
What's that?
Wasn't Mabika hurt?
Mabika's still hurt. So who knows if he's good enough to come back or not? But so I think we'll see a mix of youth and some regular starters. Phil has definitely said he wants to take it serious. But how do you feel, Ed, if they roll out old Higuain?
Well, I would imagine it's because he wants to rest Campana, but if there's anywhere they're going to have him, get back into form would be in a game like this. But I think they should take it seriously because we're not doing too good in Major League Soccer right now. So our best hope is, if we don't make the playoffs, to advance in any tournament, it's probably in this one.
Yeah, and something. If you want, so Bruno is saying, I really want Gonzalo to get inspired and start playing with his all like he did last year every time Fede came on the pitch. So to that point, Tormenta should be an easier game. It should be an easier game. Should be. That could also bite you in the old rear end.
Yeah.
Should be an easier game.
Confident.
Should be, it could be a game that Higuain could get some confidence and start to have fun, right? He needs to have fun out there. Right. And
stop complaining and just score goals, man.
If he could score a goal or two and start having fun again, that might be the game to do it.
So that's why I was thinking. Well, that's my prediction. He's gonna be coming out.
All right, it's possible. It's possible, and then it's a short week because then on Saturday we've got DC United coming to town as well. So DC United, they just beat Houston 2-0 this weekend. And they've got a new player, a DP. What was his name? Greek guy, Taxi. His name is Taxi Fountas. Scored, I think, both goals. Guy looks pretty good, and they've got Griezmann. There was some turmoil over in DC, and if I remember correctly, they've got a new coach. So that is going to be a tough game on Saturday.
So wow, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, I think a lot has to do with this game. If we come out winning, it looks positive. I think the team will be inspired for the game against DC United. We need to start winning, man. We need to make Drv Pnk Stadium, formerly Lockhart. We need to make it a fort, man, in Fort Lauderdale. Redundant, I know.
Doofster says, serious question. We had issues with Miami FC. Yes, the AstroTurf was horrible, but they controlled the first half. Tormenta is a good team. Hope Neville doesn't take them for granted. Start strong.
Agree.
So the fact that Doofster called it AstroTurf might say something about age, right? Nobody calls it AstroTurf anymore, right? I mean, it's. Hey, did you know, Ed, that we have a hybrid grass at Drv Pnk Stadium?
I had no idea. What does that mean? It's they've got plastic in there as well?
Yeah, apparently there's a thing called plastic and real grass mixed together, and we have it at Drv Pnk according to the announcers, the Tuda NA announcers on the English feed. These guys are idiots.
Interesting.
They're just idiots. But
well, that's interesting because I'm starting to think we should get the guy that does the lawn. The guy we stole from Orlando, because to give us some info on how that works, if that's true.
It's not true. I mean,
okay,
you could clearly see it's regular grass, but I thought it was pretty funny when somebody commented it on Facebook or something, and I noticed it as well when I was watching the game. It was like I did a double take, like hybrid grass.
I'd never heard of it. So I was like,
what we have is a AstroTurf field they can practice on, but we've had a bunch of games now in a row on this fake grass, so it'll be good now for everybody's health to play a couple of games on home at home and on regular grass.
Well, right, yeah, and that thing, remember when Campano got hurt in that first game? I was thinking it was maybe because of the AstroTurf.
One World One Goal is saying I call it AstroTurf, Peter.
There we go.
I'm not going to say
it. She probably knows what you're going to say.
I'm not going to say it. Jay Kington from Inter Miami Podcast is in the house. I haven't heard the term AstroTurf since the 2001 Rams.
That tells a lot about the age, yeah. AstroTurf.
Yeah. Doovster is saying it'll always be AstroTurf to me, just like it'll always be Lockhart Stadium.
There you go.
There you go. So speaking of grass, the good thing for Inter Miami, and I could bring this up, is the next few games. So we've got Tormenta obviously at Drv Pnk. Then we've got DC at Drv Pnk. Then they're headed to Philadelphia. They have natural grass in Philadelphia. I'm 99% sure. Then nice. We're back at home for 2 games in a row, which these 2 games, if they were on the road, would be on fake grass. New York and Portland both have. I think New York has fake. No,
AstroTurf.
New York might have real grass at their stadium. I'm not sure.
I think they do.
I think they might.
Where's Paboni when we need him?
Yeah. But I think they might have real grass at their stadium. I'm not 100% sure, but
Portland definitely doesn't.
But we got a nice string of home games, is my point. And 1 game on the road in Philadelphia. Nice string of home games. This team can start to get back to their winning ways. So it's going to be a busy week. I'm excited. I've got 2 games I can go to. Excited to be going back to Drv Pnk Stadium. rubbing that in your face a little there, Ed. $5 tickets.
Yeah.
Gonna go.
$5 and no, and they're not going to charge parking.
No parking.
Awesome. That's
No
good
parking
stuff
and
right
$5. Sure.
Come on, guys, get out there and support.
Right. All right, Ed. I think that about wraps it up, everybody. So, any last words? As if you're going to die. Like your last words.
Here's the hope and my parting thoughts. Hoping Phil Neville takes this Open Cup game seriously. We need to win. Come out with everything, man, because they've got a lot of time. They got, if you think about it, Tuesday till Saturday. They got time. They'll recover. Time. Plus, we're playing on grass. None of that hybrid or AstroTurf stuff. So we should be all right. So yeah, let's just come out with everything we got, and let's come out positive, win that game, and move on.
Absolutely. All right, so hope to see everybody on Tuesday night. Look for me. I'll be in section 116 this time, one section over, right there on the 50-yard line. And it's funny. I say 50-yard line, 20-yard line. There's people that watch this channel that call me out sometimes on the chats about saying yards. Because there's it's the wrong sport, whoever you are that calls me out on that, I grew up in the United States. It's the 50-yard line. Anyways, hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks Wesley for joining in on the show. Thanks to everybody in the chat. He enjoyed getting to know us. Good luck to you guys as well in the Open Cup, and we will see you guys next week. Again, look for us in the stadium. Say hi. See you, everybody.